Hello everyone. My name is Kristina. Thank you, Oля, for representing me. And I will talk today how to teach the little ones so they do not get bored at school. So why do I choose this theme? Just because I'm working for the moment with the little ones, and then after visiting my courses, they're going to school, and this is my task, and this is my problem, how to manage them. So they enter the school and they do not tell to their teachers, so I'm bored, I know everything, so I do not want to do anything. Yeah, it's cool. So this is a little information about me. I started to work with the young learners only when I entered the approbator program with the title publishers, and when I opened the child center, just because for the start I decided that I want to work as a teacher just to see the process itself. That's it. So first of all, I just was wondering, learning English, at what age should we start? So actually I suppose that if we start earlier, that's the good idea, yeah? Just because young learners are better mimicking new sounds, and that's pretty simple to work with them on the pronunciation and something like that. Also, we can use the play-like activities, yeah, and we can, and this is like a total physical response approach, yeah, we can use it, and this help us to develop and to motivate children to work and to learn English. Also, English lessons are very informal, so you can use anything you want, anything you see in the classroom. Yeah, and actually children are not yet cluttered with the facts stored in the minds, so when we are working with the adults, yeah, when we are working with the teenagers, they do have some facts, they do have some problems in their minds. So for example, I don't understand the grammar, so nobody understands me. Yeah, little children do not have these facts in their minds, so they just telling, trying, and doing everything. And so before children become self-conscious, they can try the new languages and new approaches. You can work with them. Actually, there are also some disadvantages, as I see, like the owner of the center and like the person who works with the children. So, first of all, children do need to concentrate, yeah, on learning their mother tongue, and sometimes education in the second language is inconsistent, just because children get ill. Sometimes they go on vacations with their parents and so on. And actually, about the mother tongue, sometimes we do have children that do have problems with mother tongue or with the pronunciation of mother tongue sounds, yeah? And in this case, we can't work with foreign languages, just because, first of all, they do have to start to pronunciate their mother tongue sounds very clearly and very well. And of course, the professional burnout of the teachers, just because when you work with the young learners, you jump, you run, you sing, you do everything, and this leads to your physical burnout too. As the owner of the center, I make the service of the parents, and this slide represents the parents' expectations from preschool institution. Even we are not working with the foreign languages only. So actually, when parents come to us, they expect that learning English, and the kids should be able to learn a foreign language and use it fluently. Imagine it, yeah? So at 4 and at 5 age. But still, they do expect it. And this is the teacher's expectations from the lessons with the young learners. So these are my expectations and the expectations of my colleagues. So when you're preparing your lesson, you want that everyone likes your lesson, yeah? Of course. And you can find the way to every heart, but sometimes it can't be the truth. Everyone understands everything after the very first explanation, yeah? So you don't need to repeat any time, and everything is okay. And of course, we sing songs and play games all together, so everyone is involved in the process. These are the expectations. But the reality, my reality and reality of my colleagues is like this. Actually, we do have English lesson 1 day per week in most cases. Yeah, so we do work with the parents. We do explain that if you want your kid to talk fluently, to speak fluently English, this is not enough. But kids are visiting sports sections, other courses, going to kindergarten, and that's why they do have disease and so on. Yeah, this is seasonality also. Sometimes people just stop visiting courses because they're afraid of being ill. My seasonality, just because I'm also going on holidays, conferences, and so on. But thanks God, I do have colleagues that can replace me for that time. Yeah, children's mood. And going back to the back slide, yeah, sometimes the children come to me and say, I don't want to sing, I don't want to do anything, and I just want to sit. And I need to manage it, I need to do something with it. And of course, holidays. So you may understand, and everyone of you knows that this May we stopped our lessons for 2 weeks just because everyone was on holiday. Yes, working with the preschoolers, so we have to work with them so they do not get bored at lessons and that afterwards. Teaching with confidence, learning with fun, yeah? So every lesson is fun for them. A lot of materials and preparations, that's it. So every lesson I prepare, even today I'm preparing for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, sometimes it just don't follow the time and I'm preparing. I just know that I do have a lot of materials to change quickly my activity if I see that children do not like what we do. So change of activity, of course, each 7-10 minutes, sometimes we change the activity even 5 minutes. Million games ready to be played, so we do have like a bank of games, bank of songs, and something like this that we could change every time, every day. End of lesson is a handicraft. Why it is important to my mind, and it is interesting, just because when we come to the parents and when we say, so today we have learned, I don't know, new words and something like this. This information is only for parents. Children do not like to understand, so they just do not understand that they learned some words, some grammar rules, and so on. So they do have the handicraft that they can present to friends, to parents, and that's the good, just because this is that they appreciate. And the cool technology we use, so I'm sure you know what is it, and I will show. So, like a clear technology on the example of how we are studying the rainbow colors. For example, we know already some basic colors like blue, yellow, red, and green, yeah? And I'm preparing like the real glasses with the water, yeah, for each child, and then, so we mix them. So we do use some paints or something like that. And first of all, we should think about what we'll get when we mix these colors, yeah? Afterwards, we are coloring with the pencils, everything like this. So we make it, like by hand, yeah? We see it. And then we do also have a list when we can leave for us. This is also like the ending of the lesson with the rainbow, yeah? We are ending with the handicraft, so we do a rainbow and we are introducing the new words, like cotton, cloud, rainbow, something like that. So this is, we do like this. Yeah, of course about songs, dances and so on. This is my top 4 resources on YouTube. So I'm sure you know them already, but still. Yes, super simple songs and super simple learning. This is number 1. The K-Boomers, Coil Book, and Chameleon. These are very nice nursery rhymes. So for children of 3 and 4 years, they are very nice. Also, so what we start with, so our children do not get bored at school or at lesson. Yeah, add activities in lesson as much as possible. So actually, this is it. You should sing with them, you should jump with them, you should do everything with them. So the children like to follow the example, yeah? So if you do, they do. If you do not do, just stay and ask them, they do not do anything. change hello, goodbye songs each 2-3 months. So they learn the song and then you introduce the new one. Plan to change activity every 7 minutes and include physical activity. Yeah, we use the action songs, word poems, and finger plays, everything you want. So sometimes I just ask them, what do you want to do at this lesson? Like action song or probably just finger plays, and they choose. So I give them the right to choose. These are my personal finds that really work on the lessons. And this use of cards with activities like spell, listen, repeat, I will show them later. Then the new hero that comes to check our progress. So this could be a plush toy or a real person. Sometimes I just ask a parent to make some person to imagine the story. And this is not only like a plush toy that comes, yeah? I imagine the story, and so the toy comes and asks for help, or probably comes and presents new material, or comes and, I don't know, just want to see it and see what children can do. Yeah, and actually parents do really like to come like heroes, so they imagine their own costumes and something like that, and they do generate ideas for me as well. Then I let children come into class before lesson, so tell everything they want to share with me. Sometimes they do have, like they do get bored from kindergarten, or sometimes they just do have a new toy and they want to show me. So 10, 15, 20 minutes before lesson, they come to me. Then pick a chief that is responsible for classroom discipline and choice of exercise. They do really like this. So we do have a person that is responsible for discipline. If something goes wrong, I'm just asking this person and say, please work with the class, tell them this is not right, this is not correct, and so on. And of course, the choice of exercise. So for example, game activity or some physical activity they can choose. Use everything children can touch or do themselves. So I have a lot of materials in the class, and they can touch, do, and do everything they can do. Avoid ABC. So this is the first and the interesting part, just because they come to school and so they start learning ABC, yeah, at school. And that's why we are trying to avoid ABC, just because they do not get bored at school. I will show how do we work with it. Mother tongue can help you. Actually, first of all, when I started working with the young learners, I decided that we need to avoid the mother tongue. But sometimes it really helps, yeah? And that's why sometimes, for the moment, we are using it. And motivating stickers, yeah? We do not make the motivating stickers like 5, or you are good, you are not good, please correct, something like that. We do have like a B's with the words unbelievable, you're a superstar, B-star, or something like that. And so they do choose at the end of the lesson the motivating sticker they like, and they put on the list or on a handicraft and something like this. These are these. So these are the cards that we use. Yeah. So I'm showing them, and I'm showing them the card and say the word. For example, repeat. Yeah, and they see, they understand. Afterwards, I can just show the card, and they do know what they have to do. So they ask me, shall I repeat, or something like that. These are the motivating stickers. I do have them, so I can show you in, you can touch them, yeah? They are not very good represented here. So how to learn English without teaching in ABC, yeah? Immerse children as much as possible in English environment. So when they're entering the class, we are trying not to speak Russian, yeah? So from the very first lesson, yeah, we are singing, telling, trying to do everything in English. Yeah, but we show visual images of letters. So we are working with the letters, but not working with the sounds and something like that. Get acquainted with the sounds, of course, just because we are working and we are using some books and course books that are supposed to show the words to the children. And we are applying the global reading method. I'm sure you know this. For example, as the probation program, we are using the Tito Publisher series by Arthur Frost, Tinky Linky. These are very nice books, or course books, different. And this is, for example, how we learn the numbers. Look, this is the part of the global reading method. So we do see the word, but we do not work with the sounds or with the different letters. We just say one, yeah, and we understand that that's one. And we do some exercises afterwards, so I can show the one and ask them to match with the cards. For example, if we do have, for example, cards from 1 to 5 and words from 1 to 5, then they can match it. And also, this is a very nice exercise. Look attentively here, so we can enlarge our vocabulary, describing just a picture that we see. This is how work the global reading method. Yeah, also this is from the part of my lesson with the colors and with the rainbow. So this is the third part. I ask them to take, for example, blue pencil, yeah, and trace the lines. Then yellow pencil and trace the lines in different words. Then we cut it off, yeah, and we do have global method working, that we do have the word blue, yeah, tracing with the blue color, and we do understand that this is the blue, yeah, but we do not work with the separate sounds and the separate letters. And this is afterwards. Then we have already new words about rainbow and about sky and so on, so we are working like this also. And of course, that's the reasons why we use mother tongue during the English lessons. So sometimes we do not need to introduce or give instructions that are complicated, yeah? Then explain certain items of grammar, but this is not for the children of 3 or 4 age, still of the age of 6, yeah. Repeat some information. When you explain something and you do see that children do not understand, for the 6th, 7th time, just repeat it in Russian, and that's it. Explain abstract nouns. So, for example, when I ask, have you ever seen the rainbow? Yeah, so children of 4 do not understand what is the rainbow. Yeah, what is the rainbow stands for. And sometimes we do need to switch to the Russian to describe these, for example, rainbow or, I don't know, cloud or something like this. And teach the low proficiency learners. As you understand, so, and actually, as I see, parents lead their children to learn English, especially, yeah, when they are kids. And not everyone understands why they need to learn the English. And that's why sometimes we just use the Russian language to teach the low proficiency learners. And actually, after this, so when the children come to school, they do see the absolutely different approach to learning, just because at school, children do have 45 lessons, yeah? Actually, they do not have a lot of songs, and they do not have a lot of physical activity at school, unfortunately. And they do work with the course books, yeah, and the approach itself in school is different that we are providing to them, yeah? So that's why they do not get bored at school. And when they come to me, when they start learning at the 2nd or, I don't know, 3rd class, the English, they say, oh, for the moment I know why the 1 is 1, just because before we do not work with that, yeah? We do not explain why O gives the sound wa, and so on, so on. So they do see the words they already know from the different point of view, and that gives them interest to continue. And this is it, actually.